wait a couple of seconds for everyone to come on. But usually I do like a social media switch off, but I can't get everything like kind of all up and running on time. So I'm just going to go with the flow of it and not have a social media switch off this week, but we're going to say hi to our collective members. Now, our collective members in the future will be doing the social media switch off as well, because they're part of the collective, and that's part of the membership that we have, is that, is that we share their amazing goodness in here. So you've met the first one. You met the first one, and it's Izabela. And I just want to introduce you to Izabela. You've been introduced already, but, tell us a little bit about yourself, because, a few people may not have seen you this week.
Yeah, hello everyone. So thank you, Trina, for having me and for this wonderful opportunity. I really love being a part of your group. So I'm a mom. You might have seen me in the group because I've taken over the group this week. So I had posts in there every day. So I hope you are not tired of my face.
No one can get tired of your face.
Oh, thank you. So I'm a mom of 2 boys. They are outside at the moment. Homeschooling has been a massive challenge. So I am actually really considering buying a bottle of champagne for Monday morning for when they go to school, and just sitting down and chilling and drinking champagne, because it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. So I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman, I am a bilingual mom as well. So I'm involved in different businesses, but my main focus in this group is the wonderful Osborne books and sharing the love of reading. So I really love it. I really enjoy it. But I also love connecting with other women and other businesswomen. That's really important for me. So that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you know what? I've been reading the posts. You can never tire of these posts. They've been absolutely fantastic. Hi, Vicky, as well. She joined us this morning. There's a few other people joining us as well. Please do say hi. Just click on the comments and we can see your name and everything. But, I've been looking at your posts. Your posts are amazing. Just that, being a reluctant reader to a bookworm, because, some of us maybe don't have the time to read. And I think even I've done a post on, reading two types of books, because sometimes, as you're in the personal, you do a lot of personal development work and things. So we read a lot of personal development books, but you actually brought up something really great, is to read, just non-personal development books as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Reading for pleasure, I think, is so important. And, I give a lot of tips to parents always about how you can encourage your child to read more, because I have 2 boys. One of them is 12, and he's always been a reluctant reader. We had a chat about this the other day. He loves things like the Wimpy Kid, the fun, humorous series. But reading for pleasure was never really his thing. So I know how this feels for parents who are struggling to see that their children love reading. I love reading myself, and I want to kind of pass that love to my children, but it's like a journey. It's not straightforward always. You have to I think you have to really don't give up and persevere with it. So make sure you read something every day, just 10 or 15 minutes a day. Make it a special time of the day for the children. But one of the most important things, I think, that we can show and give to our children is that we give the example. So I always say, don't just tell your kids to do it, and then they see you in the evening on your phone, scrolling and scrolling. Yeah, because it doesn't work like that. Kids are very clever. Kids are very, they will catch you out if you are not doing what you tell them that is the right thing.
Absolutely.
So if you read for pleasure, if you take the time to, go off screen, and, social media switch off is an amazing concept, and I absolutely love it. If you don't take the time in the day to relax, to look after yourself, to have some time off screen, And I think for me, relaxing and just being in the moment is when I read a book. You know, this is for me the time of the day when I can just switch my mind off, switch off from all the noise that's happening up here, and just focus on what I'm reading. So I think it's very important what you said, to show our kids that reading is pleasure, is fun, and it's not just, you know, all about the screens and the social media, but we also have to have some time apart from that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think, like just sharing like the wonderments of reading a book. Like when you read, because I love listening to books. I love like Audible and and all those kind of things. I love listening, but I do love reading a book. And I do, and I'm sure there's going to be people on here. Let us know in the comments. About the books that you're reading as well during this, because we'd love to know. But there is a difference between the type of books that we read, because when we are learning, we are taking in a lot of information. But when we are, when we're reading something that's more like a story or like some kind of like backstory, like kind of gets your imagination going, it's quite creative. We're working different parts of our brains with each side, with each type of book. So it's, I feel it's almost like an exercise. It's like
It is.
reading is
Yes.
like exercise for the brain.
I'm so glad you mentioned it, because it is like an exercise, and you know, it a bit of there's a bit of escaping into a book, you know, when that happens, and we all need that, you know, creativity exercises. You know, we all need something to run away to. So what you described, I think, is getting lost in this wonderful world of an author who wanted to show us what, you know, where he was. We've never been there, but through the power of reading and the power of words, we can be there in that world.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, our mind doesn't know is it real or not, but we can enjoy the experience, especially now when, you know, we can't go on holiday, we can't really go abroad. You can still travel through time and space just by picking up a book. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
I was also thinking, because, you know, I work with a lot with schools now, and yesterday was World Book Day, which was amazing for all the kids. And I have a little success to share, because I'm working with schools, and I'm working with 2 local schools this week. And I've been having this, you know, this nervous feeling, oh no, is it going to work in the lockdown? You know, some people are at home, some people are at school. And I thought, oh, maybe nobody will, because it's a fundraising event. So we raise money for new books for the school. And I thought, what if no one donates? What if we have zeros on the fundraising page all the time? And then last night I checked my emails, and there was the first donation, and I was like uplifted, and I was like, yes, this
Yay!
is gonna work. And this morning there's even more, and this is for the second school. And I started thinking about all those books, because when a school works for me, they normally get, when they raise £600, Osborne will give them 60% of that for free. So they will get, if we reach £600, they will get over 1,000 books for free for the school. And
Wow,
I was
that's
and I
fantastic.
was imagining what all those books will mean for the children. And, you know, there's so many children in the school, and especially now there will be going back. There's going to be a lot of um, anxiety, a lot of feelings around going back to school. My own children have it, and I know there's other children out there who will feel very strange things about going back to school. And to have this little book to pick up and just get away from the school, from the noise, for those children, what it will mean for them, it will be amazing. So I just thought, yes, keep the donations coming, and those children will be really, really happy, because that's what I want to do. You know, that's my mission.
That is a fantastic mission, and
Yeah.
having all those children supplied with books, and it's so because it's different read, because I started at one point reading a book via my phone, you know, obviously in the night time, and the phone would like then drop on my face and I would almost like face plant the phone. But I prefer to actually I don't know about anyone, it might sound a little bit weird, but I love the feel of a book.
Yeah.
I
I love
love
the smell of books.
just like old books as well, and just feel, you know, like the feel of a book. The feel of a book is just always so nice, so nice.
Yes, and
Yeah,
the activity of turning the pages and smelling the pages, you know, I love to smell books. And just, you know, being in that moment. I'm a fan of traditional paper books as well. I like to listen to books sometimes if I go on a walk, or, you know, if I'm multitasking and doing maybe a boring admin job on the computer, I put an audiobook in the background. But there's nothing like the you know, turning the pages of a good book. It's the feeling, isn't it?
absolutely. You know, you get like this beautiful feeling of, you know, reading these books. Because I've been dying to ask you, what are you reading? What have you got? Because I know you might have some books with you. Obviously, you've got books right behind you.
Yes, there's always lots of books, but what I wanted to show you, because I think it really links with what you do, Trina, and you know, we've been working together twice now, because I do have to tell you, I started working with Trina a couple of years ago, and this is how the universe kind of, it rewards you when you reward yourself. So I thought I need to do some healing, and that's when I met Trina. And a year later, I got gifted another fabulous course, you know, of working on one-on-one with Trina. So we're working together for the second time now, and I feel like it's a real gift from the universe for saying yes to, you know, healing yourself. So yes, but what I think is really important, and if we pass it on to our children, that's the biggest gift that we can give them, is how your body works and how your mind works. Now I have
Yes.
I have this book about your body, and this is one of the books that I can really see when the magic of those books is coming to life. So it was one of the first books that I ever, I think, sold on a trade show, a stall. And there was this little girl who came over, and it is full of flaps. So she came over and she just wanted to see inside, what's inside the flaps. And, you know, it's all the internal organs. I'll show you if I can find the camera.
Oh, I love it. Look at that.
And just her face, you know, when you lift that flap, her face just lit up, and you could see that she was not leaving this stall without that book.
That is
She and the kids love that book. They, you know, kids love finding out about how things work. And I think as adults, we also we are so disconnected sometimes. We lost the, you know, the connection with ourselves, with our body sometimes. So even for a grown-up to have a look and see what's inside your body is really helpful sometimes.
that,
And you've been talking a lot about that. And
it is amazing.
I absolutely agree that you need to know what's happening in your body. So this is how the brain works. And
I love
again,
it. I love it. It's like, you know, like it just reminds me, it's like deepening your connection with you, because
yes,
only you know about you. And I don't know if you've ever had, well, you most likely have, but I remember, you know, like mother's instinct, you know your own body.
yes,
And I know whoever watches this today, no, just let us know in the comments. Have there been times in your life where things have happened to you, and you are talking to people and going, I know my own body. I know. And you're completely right. And you even sense, you know, I've even sensed it for my own kids as well. And you're completely right in saying that. No, because when you're truly connected, you can feel it. You can feel it. But sometimes we're told so differently that we are made to, you know, um, not think differently, but it's almost like we're not believed
Yeah,
in what we're
yeah.
saying about our own body. And that
We've,
book,
yeah, absolutely. This resonates so strongly with me, and we've been talking a little bit about
yeah,
that recently because I think when, especially as women, and this is something that I really strongly feel about, as women, if we are told, not to trust our body, not to listen to our body, and that happens really really strongly, especially around the time when we give birth to
yeah,
children, or around our periods or around our cycles, and when we are told that things that are happening to our body are something to be ashamed of. Well,
yeah,
that's a massive disconnection right there. And I think then there's a lot of, I've been feeling a lot of I've been really upset and feeling kind of a lot of trauma that comes back to me from giving birth to my children. And that stuff always stays with you. It doesn't really go away because our body remembers it. If it happened to the body, it happened, and it will always come back, it will always come out. So it's important to look after those feelings, and give them a cuddle, and let them be.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that book is so true. I mean, if anyone's watching this right now, definitely get that book, even if it's for yourself or for your kids, just so you know, like what things feel like, what maybe going on inside here sometimes.
I wanted to show you another one, which is
Oh,
it's a new one. It's the big
oh
book of
my
the brain, and it's a massive book, but it teaches you all about how the brain works, and I find it really fascinating. So I will be reading this with my son, and finding out, how your brain works, because this is the most ex- exciting, amazing organ in our bodies. Well, I don't know. Is it the most important? Is it probably, yeah, probably the most complex? Like a
it's very
massive computer in our head. Um,
this
and
is
also, so my son has been diagnosed with epilepsy some time ago, and I think for us, finding out about how the brain works and how things in the brain work, it's a massive part of the healing as well, because when you understand how things work, then you just know what's happening, you can recognize it more, you can do things about it. So it's a
yeah.
massive thing of just finding out about yourself as a human. And that's what I love really about those books.
I think that's amazing because like there's so many studies on when you know yourself more, you can actually deal with, like, say if you're diabetic, if you've got fibromyalgia, if you've got MS, if you've got ME, if you've got all those things, you can actually feel it out in your body. You will know yourself inside and out, and then you can feel those things out, and then you know how to work through them, because
Exactly, yeah.
that is the main thing. You start to then work through it yourself. That book is amazing.
Yeah.
Another fantastic book as well. Another one.
But you've asked me about what I'm reading for myself. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have the
yeah.
book with me here, but I will share a picture later in the group. So I just finished a book called People Like Ourselves. And it's an amazing story about an immigrant from Sudan, I think, from somewhere in Africa. He came to this country when he was 9, went through a lot. He had to come here as a refugee with his family, lost his father, and now he's a barrister. And now he's very active in, social mobility, and helping young people and young refugees to be a part of the society. And I think it's such an amazing perspective, and especially, well, I'm not going to go into politics, but especially after what happened with Brexit, and after, where we are as a society, I think we really need to hear those perspectives of people who who are a part of this
Yeah,
society, and they are contributing to the society, but not always feel welcome
yeah,
after what happened. And it's not just Brexit, but just generally, I think we need more empathy as humans.
yeah.
We need more empathy. We need to open up to other people. That's why I really love being part of groups like that, because you can sit at your home and really do your stuff, but when you're not connecting to people, you're not really doing anything. So for me, the connection is vital.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Connection is vital. And I like the sound of that book.
I'll
So
share it in the group.
yeah,
Yes.
show a picture to us later. Show a picture to us because I love to see it. And
Yeah.
and tell me how you got into books. How did you get into it all? How did it all come about?
Well, we always had lots of books in our house. So I come from Poland, as you know, and I come from a family where there's a lot of teachers. So my granny used to be a teacher. My granddad is a professor at university. And we always, when I was a child, we had a room, you know, houses in Poland. It's not even a house. It was a flat in Poland with 4 rooms for the whole family. And one of those rooms was my granddad's library. So we had a room dedicated to books. So books were always very valued in our house. And my granddad obviously loved books so much he had to dedicate the whole room to books, which was, it a person could have lived there, but so I always had this love and respect and appreciation of the written word and the books. So I actually started working with Osborne um, 3 years ago, when I left my office job, and I started this job with my mom, who's running the business of selling Polish books to the Polish community in the UK. So I work a lot with the bilingual families here in the UK. And so my main job is in Polish. I look after the website, I look after the newsletters, the marketing, and everything. But I knew that I wanted to have this connection with the English language community here in the UK, because my children go to school here, and
Yeah,
because I just would like to be a part of this English speaking
yeah,
society. I don't like to exclude myself, and I felt that if I just focus on the Polish books, I will miss out. So that's
yeah.
when I started working with Osborne Books, and it's been really great since then. I have a team of people who also do it. They're very flexible, and the main thing is that it's good for my children. It's flexible
Yeah.
because I can work around their school time when they are at school. and
When the computers are breaking down.
yes, yes. And I can it's very flexible, but it also, we have so many books in our house, and it does help my children massively at school to just be surrounded by books. We just love it. And as I said, Adam, especially the older one, he's been a reluctant reader, so I always bought many books for him anyway. I'm not someone who saves on things like that. If they want a book, I will always give them like twice as many books as they ask for. I don't think there's such thing as too many books in your house, because their interests will change as well, and that's the part of what I spread as well. So if you have a lot of books, don't think that it's too much, because children grow up so quickly. Their interest will probably change daily at some
Yeah,
point. So having
absolutely.
the materials to read at home will just benefit them in school and in university in the future, in getting a good job, in doing what they want to do, in being independent thinkers. I think, especially with with the world that it is today with social media, there is so much misinformation as well.
Yeah.
I think it's really important for our children to be able to think for themselves.
Absolutely.
And you don't get that by going on Facebook and just reading the comments. You really get that by reading, discussing, exploring, having a dictionary, having
Yeah.
an encyclopedia, researching stuff. That's what I believe in.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There's so much information out there, so much information.
Exactly.
But it's finding the right information for ourselves, isn't it? As well.
Exactly.
I think that's so beautiful. I just want to thank you. Where can because obviously, you have groups that you're in and everything. So where can everyone find you?
So I'll put a link to my page in the comments. So my page is called Izabela's Inspirations, or you can just connect with me, and I share a lot of things on my personal profile, or just message me. And if you want to have a chat over a coffee about books, I would love that. So there it is.
Oh, thank you so. Thank you for being collective member of the week. And just thank you for being part of our community and everything.
It's been my pleasure, and thank you for the opportunity, Trina. It really is amazing. Thank you.
Oh, you are most welcome. Thank you to everyone who's watched today. And we will be back next week with another collective member of the week. So you're going to say hi to the beautiful Marie Elizabeth Edwards next week. So yeah, me and Isabella know Marie very, very well.
Yes, Marie is amazing. Yes, shout out to Marie. Marie is someone who actually introduced me to networking, and I've never really considered that networking can be so much fun and so amazing. So thank you, Marie. Yeah, she's an amazing person.
You know what? It's been beautiful, listening to, reading about you, listening about your story, to the books, and those books in particular are absolutely fantastic. So I do need to get in contact with you about them books anyway. So thank you very much for everyone who's watched. Thank you to you, Isabella, for being here today. And I'm sure, if you want to add some more posts over the rest of the day, do so. So thank you. And see you soon, everyone. Bye.